welcome back to Tea and Toasties. I'm one of your hosts, Sabrina.
And I'm Rich. I'm the other one.
And welcome to episode 52.
52 cards in a traditional playing pack.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah. Talking of cards, what's in the cards today?
Oh, wow. Jumping right in. What's in the stars? What's in the cards? Tarot.
Yeah, it's tea and tarot today.
Tea and tarot.
Yeah, we're getting our mystic mugs on. We're going to read those leaves.
Yeah. In light of recent events and call back to my birthday.
Yeah.
We both have a tarot reading now for this year. And I think it's what better time.
Right.
To freaking dive in there on all things future us.
I'm ready.
Than now.
Yeah. What is future us?
What the hell are they doing?
What are they doing?
Would love to know.
If I get to know now, then I can just say, yeah, I'm in for that. Or,
Great. Yeah.
Or not.
No planning, just let it happen.
Yeah. I don't have to do a thing.
Yeah. Before we get really into it, and we won't stay on this long because of our entire episode of last week. Happy podversary, buddy.
Oh yeah, it is.
Today, as of us recording.
Yes.
It is the actual podversary today.
Exactly. And the actual episode dropped today, a week ago.
For you guys, yeah.
For you guys, for the listeners. How was it? I loved it. I've listened to it several times already.
No, you haven't. Not yet.
On the MP3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I edited it twice.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Sabrina got this done in double quick time.
Yeah, in one sitting.
One sitting.
Like days before it was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Wow, for once.
You were all over it.
Well, it was an exciting app.
It really was.
And I kind of was like, a lot of editing going into it, like put the clips in and all that stuff. That was fun, though, to listen back.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots has changed since then. Even just us, actually right now, 1 year ago today in this studio recording the first episode. Crazy.
I'm trying to put myself there.
I can't even remember it.
No, I can't. I can't. We're here now.
Yeah.
We've jumped.
Time jumped.
Time leapt. And here we are.
Yeah. Oh, well, hope you guys enjoyed that one. But this one, God, okay. I haven't done any really ep prep. Shocker.
Brilliant. That's how we roll here.
Brilliant.
No ep prep. I did a little bit.
But yeah, I more so wanted your ep prep because I haven't heard yours at all. We heard most of mine.
Most, yeah. It was quite long, so I did give you the condensed the condensed milk. I gave you some of that. Yeah. So we're going to hear the full version of yours, which I'm excited now, knowing what we know now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
True.
And how that relates. And I've got mine. Mine's a freebie version, so it's not as long as yours. I've just got a few bullet points. But I asked some general questions on
like
some
themes. Pointed questions.
Yeah. Just how and what can I expect in these parts of my life? So that'd be quite interesting. But before we do, I do want to let's pre-game that a little bit because I want to get your take on what your thoughts are on that sort of thing, the mystical and the tarot and other things, like star signs, zodiacs and shit like that. So what's your general take on it? How do you approach it?
Okay. I mean, I'm not... Well, based on other things I've said so far on this pod, we've dipped our toes into religion and spirituality and shit like that. Many a time here. And how my brain works. And I like to have proof of stuff, very much that. But I do think I'm more inclined to believe astrology more so than religion.
Why?
Because that to me, there is a little bit of proof there. It's in the stars, because it's what the moon controls the tides. And
yes. Cycles.
That is real.
That's real.
Science there.
Yeah.
And so therefore you'd like to think where the planets were aligned at the time, exact time and place that you were born, probably, I don't know, could do something.
Could do, yeah.
Not saying I'm believing it entirely, but you know what I mean? I'm more inclined to go down that path.
Yeah.
It could mean more than the magic man in the sky kind of thing.
Magic man in the sky that we made up.
Yeah.
We didn't make up the universe.
Yeah.
As far as what I can. There is, like you say, there's some evidence. There was depends which way you lean. The big universe
the big
fart.
Bang.
Yeah.
The big fart.
And all this all this sort of stardust was emitted and it came flying out.
Yeah.
And then like these planets all were in different positions and shit like that.
And everything I've heard, people can argue it's all general stuff, but I don't know. I've done a lot of in-depth readings on my specific birth chart, down to the time and place, like I said. They're all so spot on. Like the Scorpio stuff has a general, some applies, some really doesn't apply. But then the things that are curated specifically to me have always kind of really applied.
Yeah.
Or things have come to light later that I'm like, oh, fuck, that's that thing. Or
all right. Well, I want to bookmark that Scorpio, your sign, a minute. We'll come back to that. Do you think in general that what we're doing and what we're good at, we're trying to make sense of the world, right?
Oh, right.
Which we all try and do. And we take all the inputs in and then we're, processing the shit. And just as basic humans, perhaps we're looking up there at the stars.
Right.
And we're looking for patterns, which the brain does.
Yes. I mean, didn't we made up the constellations, right?
I would say. Yeah. They didn't come there wasn't like a guidebook.
Yeah, and like the Big Dipper and then like
the Archer
use it as like a compass.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's natural. Yeah. And then time was probably created by us because of the sun setting and rising and we're looking up.
We're looking up. Always look up. Remember, think like what we do, when you're laying in a field or whatever, you're looking up at the clouds, and what you do, you find a fucking dinosaur shape, or you find a coffee cup shape, or you find all sorts of patterns in clouds. So probably what we were doing, it's not too much of a stretch, that we were looking up there and we're seeing all these brighter stars and making these connections and going, oh, what do you think? That one looks like Archer dude. I'm calling the Archer. And we've got these different constellations of stars, and then we're trying to find some meaning and create meaning out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that argument versus perhaps there is something in it when you try and, when you boil it down, and you talked about tides and how things relate to the natural order of things.
I mean, a lot of people, or some people in the sphere of who really, really believe it, one of their arguments is, well, humans are made of like 90% water. So therefore, the moon probably is doing something to us as well, just as it's doing...
As well as the ocean.
The ocean, yeah.
And
I'm like, interesting point.
That is a great point.
But I don't know. I'm, like I said, I'm neither here nor there. I do think it is fun. And with all things, I'm open-minded enough.
That's the key.
It all comes down to nobody has the answer.
Yeah.
So who's to say one's right, one's wrong? Why not just like entertain all? And I'm leaning into the one that makes me feel the best and gets me the most excited, which is astrology.
Right. And someone who's bang into religion could say exactly the same thing as what you just said, but I choose religion.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This whatever religion, you feel
works
suits
for you.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much all open to our interpretation.
I just find a lot of people who write it off immediately. It's kind of like, maybe it's because they have another belief that's stronger. Like that makes sense, I guess.
That's conflicting with it.
Yeah. Or people who are just not open-minded, or like, let's have some fun here.
Yeah.
Let's have some whimsy. People who just immediately scoff and roll their eyes at astrology stuff. I'm like, I guess I'm not over here saying like I live my life by it. But like, don't you want to, it's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. And it ties in with my whole, like, I don't actually know how I am or how I'm being perceived. And then hearing it from an outside source or something bottled down into all these characteristics, then I'm like, oh, I can make sense of this.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do kind of like that.
Yeah. And I think that's the way to look at it. I used to be one of those who occasionally would look in the, the newspaper for horoscopes and shit like that, and pick little bits out of it and go, oh, yeah. But I wouldn't I wouldn't put a lot of weight on it. It was just fun at that point. And then as it's like come into my life a little bit more, and then I'm thinking about other things, and I'm very much centered on just we're in control of what we do, our own actions and how those play out. But nowadays, I would say I'm in the same boat as you. It's just, it's fun. It's playful. What harm can it do if you're just treating it that way? What's the harm in it, really?
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not looking at it and then deciding things based on it. It's more of a like hindsight thing where I'll look back and be like, oh my God, that was right. And then like you kind of can't ignore that after a while. Like I have one horoscope app or astrology app I've had for years. And I think like 2 years ago ish, or basically for the past like 3 years, I've been in, they call it the Saturn return.
Yes.
And I remember looking at this in the app and saying like, it ends like February 2026, which is kind of crazy. And it's saying, you know, big life changes and career changes and relationship changes and things like that. And I remember being like, yeah, whatever. When I read it, like, I doubt my life's going to change that much.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like,
hello.
And it's things that I can't, it's not like I left my job or like Aaron was always like a surprise to me. Right. Relationship wise. Like I wasn't really looking for, I was doing the opposite of looking for a relationship. Right.
So you weren't forcing these issues.
Yeah. And then the job thing too was like, that was out of my control. Yeah. So then looking back is like, these two major things that they said would change drastically did change drastically. And it was nothing that I did to make them happen. Right. Really. Right. So then I'm like, that kind of is a little spooky.
That is spooky. That's on the spookier side, Sabrina. Spooky sap.
That's right.
Versus taking the reading. Yeah. And interpreting.
I have to change my life.
Yeah. Yeah. But just making the reading fit to the narrative that you already have going on in your head. It's like, okay, I'm cherry picking the best bits because that fits what I want right now.
Right. You see, and I don't even like the readings that are all positive or the horoscopes that are all positive. Right. Tell me what sucks about me.
Exactly. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. Tell me how I can improve.
Yeah. Because I also like those too, where it's like, oh yeah, that is true. Or like, like one of the big traits for Scorpio is like manipulative. And I've always been like, that is not real. Don't say that. But I think I take it in such a negative kind of way. And then I look back, I'm like, I have been very manipulative in the past. Like I know that, like in my bad relationships before, you know, leaning into that. Like I know that I can do that well. So it is real. I just don't do it. You know what I mean?
You have that ability, if you want to call it that.
Or I've acknowledged like, oh God, like I'm not doing that. Or if I wanted to, I could, or certain situations. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, unfortunately, some of these negative things are also true too.
Yeah, but if you're aware of them, if you're saying, you know, this is a trait that's aligned to Scorpio, your star sign, and you're like, it's there, but it doesn't mean I have to lean in and express this superpower of manipulation. You know? But that's awareness of yourself. And you're saying to yourself, okay, I can do that. But isn't that a human condition anyway? Everybody's a little manipulative because as a baby, you've got to
we said this.
Manipulate your parents a little bit to get what you want.
Yeah. But then also what interests me a lot is the difference between like men and women signs. Like Scorpio men, like kind of scare me. Like, sorry, any Scorpio men out there, nothing personal. I mean, I guess you could argue they have the same traits as me, but they kind of freak me out. And then like Leo men too, like Santina is a Leo and she's like, I could never like date a Leo man. Like they scare me. Like, I don't know if it's just they're too much like you. Right. Or like Scorpio, you know, they're like intense. That's one of their traits. And I don't think I'm very intense. But I'm like, I think Scorpio men like are very intense. There's like an energy going on over there. So today, I'm a bit scared of you. I don't know what's happening.
You're the male version of me, and that's a bit scary.
I'm scared of that.
Don't they say that though? Signs are matched up to other signs.
They do say that. I don't know. I try not to go down that path too much about compatibility, relationship-wise.
No, I think
with signs.
That's too much. If you're saying I'm only restricting myself to these 3 signs, that's. Yeah.
Also, I don't like outside forces to get involved in my relationship with someone. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want things to persuade me or influence me. No. Because, like, God forbid you read something and then that gets just in your brain. You're like, oh, well, we're not compatible, apparently. Oh, well, this is what. Yeah.
And then your brain is looking for those instances which validates those thoughts. And then you're seeing them all the time. Yes. So, yeah, I think things like relationships, even though it's probably one of the first things you ask when you're getting a reading or look at your star signs, like, so tell me about the love stuff. If you're letting it get into your mind that much and influencing your decisions, I think that can be a bit.
I think it's also counterintuitive to, because you can't, it has to do with someone else, and you can't learn about someone else. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, I want to know all things about me and my inner self, but you can't really get to the bottom of someone else's inner self. I think they have to.
Yeah.
So it's like, who are you to
manipulate?
Or think you understand what's going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, of course I have in the app I was just talking about, put in Aaron's info and mine, because you can select like, this person is my partner, and then it will tell you like daily stuff about yourself and your relationship and all this stuff. And I remember in the beginning it gives you like pros and cons. That's not what they called it. They call it like stronger areas and weaker areas. More so like just areas maybe to look out for, focus on these, don't focus on these.
Yeah.
And early days, I was like, what? No, like any of the maybe weaker spots, I was like, I don't see that. And now it's like, oh wait, no, it does make sense. Some little thing of like a communication error or something. That's not bad, but it's like, yeah, that is real.
Needs work.
And then like, you guys are good in this area. And then it even said like, you guys are both probably creative people. You should do some collaborative work and stuff. Early days it said that. Right, I was like, we are.
Okay.
And I was like, should we collaborate? And then we fucking did the pod kind of collaboratively. Yeah. So I was like, things like that I'm like, okay. Yeah. Like that's kind of odd. It's not saying like, this is your soulmate, you're going to get married or break up in 3 months. Like it's not saying anything like that. Just those little things that in hindsight, again, you look back and you're like, that is kind of true.
Yes. But that's a sensible way of looking at it. I think other people can get a bit too serious on it and lead their lives by it and go, I have to make this real tough decision right now because it's in the stars.
But that's just not how I am with anything. Same with religion. I need proof in the pudding for everything. And so like I said, it's more fun for me. Right.
So you're Scorpio.
Yes.
And can you tell us what are some of those traits? So as far as my understanding, I'm not big on all of this stuff, the zodiac and whatnot, but the thing that pops into my mind a lot is it seems that there are certain traits aligned to certain zodiac signs, right?
Yeah.
Those are inherent traits. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes you look at it and you go, fuck, that's bang on. That is that person.
Yeah.
But other times you're like, I don't think so. That's not quite me, especially when I look at mine.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't got a list of, a laundry list of my traits in my mind, but maybe we'll have to look it up. But is it a case of you look at the traits and you kind of redesign or you work your way around that way? Or is it that the traits are there and this is just your personality and they happen to align? Or what's going on?
The latter, I think. Like, because I don't know. It's also back to what I said before, where like a lot of them are generic and maybe they could have applied to you at some point in your life, these traits. You know what I mean? You can find truth in all of them, I think.
Yeah.
I think it kind of is like, just if it resonates, it resonates.
Right.
I don't know. And that's why I also think it is more important. Because like if I were to just Google like Scorpio traits, then that's like very generic. And I usually don't. I agree with most of them, but it's never like so spot on. But then when it comes down to my actual birth time and place, like when you get very specific, that has like almost never been wrong.
Okay.
So then in that way, I don't know though. It's
all right. Well, can we do this just shits and giggles, right? So look up, just give me 2 or 3 shopping list of traits. Don't tell me what the sign is. One of them has to be yours though.
Okay.
And then I'll guess which one you are.
Okay. Ready? Intense and passionate, mysterious and secretive, loyal and protective, intuitive and insightful, determined and resilient, resourceful and strategic, distrustful and jealous, can be harsh.
That's all one long list? Okay, we don't have to read anymore. That's you.
Thank you, right? See? Pretty good.
Yeah, we're good here.
And then it says likes, truth, facts, passion, deep connections, being right, transformative experiences, and teasing.
Yeah, playful fun,
dislikes,
bit of banter.
Dishonesty, superficiality, small talk, betrayal, and revealing secrets.
Exactly. You like trust, you hate lies. You're not surface level. You like deep conversations over small talk.
And these aren't like super general. They're things that I would describe myself as.
Yes.
Very important things to me.
These are some core values you hold in there.
It's not just saying like likes pizza.
Yeah. Right.
Hates the rain.
Right.
It's like, no. It's like these are, core things.
But if there was a pizza, it would be a deep crust, not a superficial thin layer pizza.
Mm-hmm. And then
I am Aries.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right. Of course you are.
What do you mean?
See? Because it seems like we had this talk recently, like me and Tino, gravitating towards Aries men. My brother is an Aries. Santina's brother is an Aries. Jack is an Aries.
Dang, there's lots of Aries.
All these like men that we hang out with, that we vibe with, are Aries.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot of Aries going on there.
Yeah.
What's our inherent traits? What are we like?
Leader and initiator, courageous and bold, energetic and passionate, honest and direct, optimistic, impatient and impulsive, easily bored.
Meh.
Those are your basic ones.
Basic, yeah. See, some of those bang on, others not so much.
But I mean, this is like pretty good. It says always seeking challenges and action as the first fire sign. They are driven, honest, loyal friends, thrive on starting new things, and dislike delays and inactivity.
Okay, that's fair.
That's also
that's fair.
Very you too. That's
yes,
like a core thing of you we've talked about endlessly on this podcast.
Right.
So in that way too, it's like, what, how?
Yeah.
So spot on.
Yeah, spot on. Okay, so what's going on there? Explain.
Couldn't tell you. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. There's something there. That's why I'm like, there has to be something there.
Right. This is showing me more than other things. And I think you know what I mean when I'm talking about other things. There is more going on here. There's more something that I can believe in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not all in, double cheek, if you will, but I see something in it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's some other signs that could be you?
Yeah, I think it's like I fall directly in the middle of Scorpio. So I'm like true Scorpio.
Dead center.
But also there's some people that are like on the cusp. Maybe the last day of Scorpio.
Right,
so
they blend into
the Sagittarius
or
whatever.
Blend into the next one.
Yeah, so in that way, yes. But then there's the thing of, it's not just your sun sign, it's your moon and it's your rising, which everyone has, I could be a Scorpio sun with someone else, but we have entirely different moons and rising, which then that are different traits too. I think that's what breaks it down to make it more specific. Right.
I get you. And then there's groupings as for elemental.
Fire, water,
exactly.
Air.
And then you can group in several star signs because you're all like fire or you're all things like that. I think that's where you then find your people. Yeah. Maybe.
And I think they said, I don't want to get this wrong, but it's like your moon is how you perceive yourself and then rising's how other people perceive you. It's flipped. I don't remember which is which, but it's one of those two things.
Right.
Because I remember when I first got into it, I was like, what does this, the moon, what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah.
And then when I learned that and then reading the characteristics from each of those, it's like, oh God, that makes sense. Because it's like my Scorpio sun versus my moon are like very different. And it's because like one of them is me inherently and the other one is like how I'm being perceived or how I perceive myself.
Okay. Well, do you think then should we be aiming for those two to merge together so that what we're giving is what people are getting too?
Bro, we had that whole convo about this. Right. I just don't think we got to the bottom of it. I have no idea.
No.
I don't know.
Is that like what we should all be striving for? Is why hold in some of those things?
I don't know.
Hey, I don't know.
Or is it just natural? Like we talked about, like...
Because you've got to be guarded. You can't give everybody everything.
Yeah. It's like safe to say maybe that if you are inherently one way, you're going to project yourself outwardly in this one type of way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That would break my brain again if we got into all that.
It's a brain breaker. Yeah, for sure. It'd be kind of interesting to hear from close people that really know you. I know that seems maybe a bit self-indulgent, but to ask them to write down how they perceive you.
No, I mean, I don't think it's self-indulgent. It's very, I think it's proactive.
Really?
Smart.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I think it is. I think for everyone, I mean, it's nice to know how you're being perceived, especially in ways because I have always thought that, to be so honest, like asking a good friend, like, am I like this? Like asking them one of my worst self thoughts or something. And because I'm like, is there truth to this, or am I just spiraling out over nothing?
Right.
You know?
Yes.
But then I'm like, would they tell me the truth?
There's that too.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because who's going to tell you, yes, this thing that you think is like really bad about yourself is true?
Just
like,
a fellow Scorpio would.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
They would.
Yeah.
Probably the male Scorpio.
Yeah, scary.
But you want to don't go near them.
Yeah.
So, well, then that for everybody else. So if I wanted, I'd have to go to you.
Right.
Because you're gonna tell me.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. I think I have.
If you say how it is, then everyone needs to go to a Scorpio and go, right, how are you perceiving me?
But like you said, with asking people, I mean, that's basically what you did for me for my birthday. And then people said those things. Yeah. The authenticity was like the number one thing people said.
Right.
And that is in my chart. And that's a big one. And
that's what people admire as well.
Yeah.
But do you think that we see those traits in people? And so for you, authenticity and you feel things deeply, perhaps more than most. And you're not into the superficial. You're into let's get right in there. These are some of your traits, right, as a Scorpio. Mm-hmm. This is just a natural thing. And then that comes easy for you. But it's other people look at that and admire that because that's not in their nature. Yeah. So they look at those traits and they go, how does she do that? But for you, it's just like,
true.
It's just how I'm breathing.
That's a good point. Because it could be like one of the traits, like the self-critical or worrying. Maybe you could be a Virgo.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's your more natural state of being.
Exactly.
So therefore, the flip is harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, there is something there.
Right.
Something there. And then it's like, what came first, though?
Yes, exactly.
I think, and then that's a lot of people's argument, too, is like, it's the same thing with religion. People love patterns. People love groups.
Yep.
People love, not an us versus them, but people love to feel
connected, part of belonging.
Part of something and understood. And just like, if you can break it down into a few things, people like that.
Yeah.
So then it's like, do we just take all these traits that most people have and then just bundle them together into these categories of people? And then that's all the categories of people, and your mind can rest knowing that.
Right.
That is also an option.
That's a great option. I think there's a lot of truth behind that too.
I think there's truth in all of the arguments,
Exactly. I think it stops our brains from spiraling the fuck out because we're always looking to make sense of shit. Mm-hmm. And we're always looking around and what's going on in the real world around us. Mm-hmm. And so if we can close the loop.
Yes.
It helps our brains to settle the fuck down and then focus on some normal day-to-day shit.
Yeah, it's like a math equation, figuring it out, getting the answer.
Yeah.
It's also why some people like true crime so much, is because they can't understand why there are certain people out there who do these heinous things. Right. And they need to make sense of it.
Yeah.
It's not like they love it. It's more like, I need to know why their brain is doing that. It's like a protection thing of like, dude, this person doesn't fit into the box of all these signs.
Yes.
I need to get to the bottom of why they are this way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Bookmark that word for me.
Which one?
Protection.
Oh, yes.
Right. Before we get into that, I do want to quickly just nip back to where we were. Something popped into my mind about what comes naturally, those traits. And then we look at other people, and if I haven't got that inside me, it's not a natural thing for me, but I see it in you. There's some admiration that comes through because I'm like, how are you doing that? I would love to do that. And then that's when we look at other people and go, oh, I wish I had a bit more of that in me. And but I think it's kind of, it's like the story of, you remember the fable of I think it's a fox or a frog, and it's by the river, and then this, funny enough, a scorpion comes up
Stop.
and asks for a ride across the river, right? The frog says, fuck no. You ain't getting on my back and going across the river because you're going to sting me. And the scorpion's like, no, I ain't going to do that. Don't worry about it. We'll both be able to get across the river. I promise. Promise I will not sting you. So he's like, hop on then. And so the frog's like paddling away, swimming away, getting across the river, halfway across. And then the scorpion's like, sting.
No.
And the frog's like, you fucker, what are you doing? You stung me. Now we're both going to drown. Scorpion's just like, well, it's in my nature.
Whoa.
Can't help it. Some people can't help, even if they know.
Stinging.
Yeah, stinging. Especially those scorpions.
Yeah.
Even if they know that what they're doing is a negative and it's not like something that, is helping.
Yeah.
But it's in the nature. It's in your inherent trait.
Yeah. I mean, that is real. I think we've talked about that.
Right.
And that's a funny analogy thing that you brought up, just sidestepping a little bit, is my first tattoo is a scorpion. For my sign. When I was 18, I got this tattoo. I still love it, but it's, instead of the stinger, it's a rose coming out instead of the stinger, because I was like, I am a Scorpio, like through and through, except I don't think I have that, like, I'm going to turn around and sting you trait.
Yeah.
But it's like a little bit prickly.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Has the rose got little thorns on it?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
So it's like the same.
I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get you with something cool, like a rose and sweet and nice.
But you're unexpecting it, kind of.
But watch out. Yeah, watch out. There might be a couple of little thorns on there.
Yeah. So that's kind of with the frog. Yeah, where it's like, I'm not going to do that, but it's like, it's like my inherent trait is still there a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not as intense as I think a general Scorpio
right.
is perceived as.
But I want to know like you said then, those inherent traits, where are those coming from?
The stars, brother.
Really? or what? Is it just like, those are nurtured? I don't know. I want to know.
There's almost no answer. That's why this is so fun. Because then this is the answer.
But I want to know if there's a little bit more in there.
Yeah. I think no one knows. And this is the way to make it understandable, which is why people like it, like we've said. I don't know.
We don't know what we don't know. I think the key is to be open to just finding out a little bit more, as with anything.
Yeah. And like you said, like being drawn to people and certain traits you don't have. And I have some Leos in my life, Leo women, specifically my mom and Santina are both Leos. Shout out. They're both like very different. But they still are like Leo, like to the core, which is like that strong, like confident, like the lion, is the Leo symbol. That is very much my mom, always has been for me in my whole life. And then Tina too, like she's not like on the surface, like a attention seeky kind of person, which is sometimes a trait of Leo.
Yeah. But
I was drawn to her because she brought that out of me, where like maybe people perceive Scorpio as this like badass, whatever. But I was like, when I became friends with Tina, I've said on the pod, like we became friends at the core first. Like she made me able to be my true self. Right. Because she just like has this internal knowing of like who she is kind of thing.
An inner strength.
Thank you. That's the word.
Right.
And I think they both have that. Whereas a Scorpio, maybe me, like I don't have that or didn't. Yeah. And so I'm seeking out these people who do have this trait.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what we do if we say, I haven't got that, but I want some of that.
Yeah.
If you cozy up to those people, perhaps some of that will rub off.
Yeah. And then same with Tina, like she's like, you've made me more like talking back and like sharp tongue.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm like, good. Yeah. Like I've given her the more outer confidence.
Right.
And it's not like I was like, I need to find a Leo friend.
No.
It was like I found that out later.
Right.
And then it was like, well, again, in hindsight, it all makes sense.
But yeah, exactly. But then you find that you're obviously drawn to certain people, I think, and maybe it is part of those traits, or there's something that's bringing you together. And then the more you get to know that person, you're kind of like, well, I do love this about you, and you're bringing that out from me, and we're working together. So if you're sharing these positive traits, these things you like in each other. So I remember Tina saying exactly the same thing about you, that she loved this about you because it brought that out of her.
Yeah. It's very interesting. And then like Taurus, I love them, always have.
What do they got going
They're
on?
My sister sign, technically, Scorpio and Taurus. And I had a really good friend in college, and we had this like weird, a lot in common, but also very different. And she was a Taurus, and now Aaron is a Taurus. And it's the same. It's like a feeling where like on paper, me and Aaron like couldn't be more different.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to all those basic traits, but there's just like something deeper there that's like drawing us together for some reason.
Probably because you are so different. No.
Yeah. Then that's because then what is that where that
the opposites
trait comes from too. Opposites attract.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to learn more.
I want to know.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'll ever know the answer. You just have to.
No, I don't want all the answers. If I get to know all of it, then there's nothing else to learn. You know.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Is that it? Shit, I got the answers.
All right, I'm done.
I'll write a book at that point.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, plenty of people have.
There was something we bookmarked. Protection. It was in there. You got it.
Got it.
Protection. See, I had a few thoughts this week about how things, pretty much, a lot of things, all boil down to that. Protection, self-preservation. It's one of humanity's very basic core needs.
Yeah.
Is to feel protected. And I think that governs and guides the majority of what we do and how we interact.
It's like everything for everyone.
Yeah.
We're just animals.
But
and if you think about how animals live, they do everything on a protection.
Yeah. Am I all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this shit going to harm me?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things when you've thought of something and it just crops up, keeps cropping up. And I'm like, and that's all my brain is doing. It's trying to support that argument that I'm providing. It's it. And so throughout this whole week, protection. And it also then led me to a callback on 2 episodes ago.
Okay.
That conversation we had about optimism.
Yeah.
And then those 2 thoughts kind of meshed into one thing. And I developed that little idea a bit more.
Yeah.
If you have listened, you might know what I'm referring back to. Or if you haven't, basically, what were we saying about optimism? It was you
like kind of breaking down you being an optimist, and did you decide to do that, or was that a protection thing that you developed, or am I putting in a lot more effort, or is this coming naturally? It was all those kind of questions. Yeah.
Is there an inner pessimist or realist trying to get out? Well, I've since thought that perhaps operating at neutral would be a healthier mindset for me, just not being over optimistic. It's kind of like, but that's my inherent nature.
I think we said, is that inherent, or is it something that now you feel is your identity?
Right.
And then you have a pressure to do it now, which then does come naturally. If you feel that it is your identity, then it kind of becomes your identity.
Yeah.
There's a whole big mess.
It could be all these things. It's very messy. And then another little component I threw in there this week when I was thinking about it and protection was, okay, so say you weren't born as an optimist, right? Right.
What's that like?
Yeah, exactly. Then I was trying to think back, well, when did this become part of you, this optimism? And I was thinking, well, most things that you pick up on, that you take and you carry, maybe are rooted back into, it's a lot of childhood stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And right back then is when you're picking up on cues, social cues or whatever, or what's going on in your life back then, is fundamentally to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So I thought, fuck, well, what's going on? So kind of a aha moment. Cue the song.
We love it. Take on me. That's one of my favorite songs as well.
Great.
It's a banger.
Yeah. Okay. The aha moment was, I was thinking about our family back then. Oh, no, dude, this gets...
this makes sense,
it
actually.
makes
You're
so
a middle
much sense.
child.
Well, that... And it gets kind of deep here, so hang with me for a little bit. I know you love this shit. As a Scorpio, you like the deep.
I love this. Let's go.
So we're going in. Take yourself back there as a visitor to my childhood, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're floating around.
Having a cuppa.
Yeah, you're in there. And what you're seeing is an environment that was potentially a little volatile. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely, as you know, and as I hope most people know, I love my mum 2 bits.
Right.
Right? She is a woman.
She is a woman.
Exactly.
That's all you have to say. And I'm there.
That is it. Yes. She has all the woman's female's traits that you would want.
Yep.
And she shaped me and on all those things. However, she was not the perfect person.
Who is?
Exactly. She had a lot of... shit in her own childhood.
Yeah.
A lot of trauma that she carried with her into adulthood. And as much as she probably didn't want to, that did filter into our lives, right? Mum, would drink too much, and she was like in and out of psych wards, and at certain points in her life, the environment was you didn't know where it was going to go. It could get crazy in the house. So what am I doing as a fucking 6, 7, 8-year-old?
Yeah.
I'm trying to protect myself.
Yeah. And like the family, you're like the mediator.
Exactly. That was what I think I fell into, that role of, if I'm good, if I'm giving the positive, if I'm sunny side up, right? If I'm kind of trying to diffuse what's going on, that I'm trying to counteract this negativity.
Yeah, and you can be that reliable, positive, constant.
Yes, I was trying to just de-escalate shit in the house, or just fight against the negativity that I think could blow up at any time. Yeah. So I think I found that role of trying to be an optimist, or trying to throw in some jokes, or trying to make people feel a little bit better about things to counteract it. And I think that also led to, down the line, people pleasing. Yeah. Which, was a natural progression. Yeah. That then carried over. And then, of course, as you see, that worked, or that didn't not work, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Then you think, that form of protection worked for me then, I'll carry it over. And then it just spilled over, and it's just become a thing. Yeah. It makes sense. And that's a lot of people's explanation of how they are, who they are. And we've talked about in a previous episode recently about the brain and how it's established at such a young age, and then it just goes from there. Those pathways are formed, and it's so hard to undo them. But my question is, like, I think it is just inherent too, because what made you different from like your siblings? How come you're the one that decided to fall into that role and maybe not them? Good point. It's like, is that further proof that it was just kind of in there already, and then it just this was the moment it decided to come out? Yeah. The trigger of it. Yeah. It's like, the power was in there, but you just unleashed it, or the circumstances did. And also, it's fighting against being English, because as I think we're known for being a bit, doom and gloom, a bit on the crass, and on the negative side of things. I see that. We're not sunny side up inherently, because Yeah, it's so hard. I don't know. But then also, I mean, as someone who loves authenticity and authentic people, I've never thought, I've met plenty of people who you can tell are just like really trying to be positive, and it's like, okay, shut up. Like, when they're giving you advice and you're like, ugh, okay, I can't stand that. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, yes. But you have never been, like, I can tell, like, it's the things that you're saying, like, you believe it. And you're telling me because these are things that you do that do actually help you. It's things that are just inherent, I think, to you. And I don't know, is that because you've been doing it for so long? Exactly, or because I think it's a mix of both. Maybe I have now learned how to, I've been doing it for so long, how to pitch it. Yeah, go on. I think it is all these things. Like, I think you just do have it and you've learned it. But then now maybe it's just gone too far, or maybe you just haven't reevaluated it ever. And now it's at this point where you're like, okay, let's reevaluate. And it's not saying throw it all away, maybe just pivot. Like, that's the word of the freaking month. Smart, so clever. And I'm glad you said what you just said just then about it does come across as authentic, because where my mind went this week, I was thinking like, fuck. It just dawned on me, another penny dropped. It was like, oh my God, how are people on the outside perceiving this, if you like, toxic positivity? How is it making them feel? Right. Yeah, here he comes again, Mr. fucking, sunny side. And it's making me feel less than. Why am I not positive? It's kind of like that. Now I feel shame. I didn't want to, that's not my intention. Oh God, if there was ever anyone that was going to feel like that, it's me. And I never did. So don't worry about it, brother. I mean, I've been the receiver of most of your positive messaging over the past 6 years. Yeah. And I couldn't be more opposite of that. Right. And I never had that. So I think you're good. Well, that was, it dawned on me. I was like, fuck. And I thought exactly the same thing. I was thinking, JB gets the brunt of this. Sabrina gets a lot of this. And I was thinking, shit, is it tiring for them? You know, is it too much? Does it make them think, ugh, here we go again?
I've never sat down and thought about it in the big picture of like, Rich is really optimistic. Like, I've honestly never really thought that until we started talking about that, like on this podcast. Yeah. So no, I don't know. It's hard. Yeah, there was never a moment where I was like, wow, he's so optimistic. It was just like, he's given the advice, or I don't know. It's so hard to explain how it was, but it was never even a thought really that crossed my brain.
That'd be my last thing that I want, is to have that for it to be taken, you know, toxic positivity, like too much. You're overloading us here.
I'm the same way with my pessimist nature. Like I said on the previous ep, like I've had to like recognize, like I don't want to be seen as a pessimist.
Right.
So that's why I lean more to realist. But then there's times with you or anyone where I'm like, well, no, actually, I think it's this, or I think this. Like I'm just trying to be realistic.
Yeah.
And then I'm always like, oh my, am I being negative? Am I bringing the vibe down? You know, I always think that too, where I'm like, are there certain scenarios, situations where I need to just be like, yep, that all sounds great. You're right, probably, knowing what is that I think the opposite? Or am I doing an injustice to do that? And should I be coming with the realist perspective all the time? Or is it a balance? Like, yeah,
that's tough. I think you'd be looking at yourself and you'd be saying to yourself, I am doing an injustice to me. Yes.
It's hard. Yeah. But then I'm like, is that selfish then? This isn't what this person wants.
Right.
I'm just doing everything to live authentic to myself. But then I also think this is what I would want other people to do for me.
Exactly.
But that's not what everyone else wants.
Yeah. I think you show up. This is how I think what I've taken from it is to say, you know, if I'm going into a friend or whatever and you show up and you just, this is what I want to try and do better. Is not just come in, here we go, here's a fix-it list, right? I just want to kind of show up and say, okay, dude, I'm here. If you want to talk about it, excellent. If you don't, also excellent. But just know that through all of it, and I want to see the positive, and I want to see the negative, and the optimism, the pessimism, the realism, all of it. But just know that through all of it, I'm still here.
Yeah,
I think that's the way. You can't say, I just want to see the best of that person, because that's just an acquaintance, right? That's just someone that, you know, if I want this sort of night out, I'm going to phone this person.
Yeah, I know what kind of advice.
Yeah, I know what I'm getting. For me, it's like, well, I just want to not be the guy that's just gets the call if someone needs a pep, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing the whole, and hopefully they'll see the whole too. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say exactly. Maybe I'm getting there. I don't know.
No, it's just back to what we've said before a million times too. Is like a full person and a full all sides kind of thing. You can't be one thing or Just calling back very briefly, I think, you know, you defaulting to the optimist, and that's your advice usually, and mine maybe is the more pessimist realist advice, is just, I think, I've said before, you can't really give advice unless you've actually like been there.
From experience.
Yeah. And I think those are the things, that's how we've coped. That's what works best for us. And that's why that's what we're sharing. Like, that's why I said it's genuine with you, where your optimism advice is like, do this thing and do this thing. And it's all usually very optimistic because that is how your brain works. And that is what worked for you. Right. Whereas mine is more of the like negative, like protecting myself in that way and being realistic. And that's why that is my advice. Like for me to come to someone and be like, just write down 3 positive feelings and look at it every day. Like people would be like, what in the fuck? Who is this person?
Yeah.
My advice usually is like, just deal with it or feel it or rot for a day and then you'll be better, because that is what works for me. Yeah.
The previous would be disingenuous for that to be coming from you. Here's my experience, and if you're feeling, I'm talking through your mouth right now. If you're feeling these feelings, then lean into them and feel. Yeah, you know that works for you.
Or cater it to the person that you're giving the advice to, if you know them well enough.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
Yeah, Tina will come to me or something, and then like I'm like, bitch, like, because I know her so well. I'm like, you, and she's like, I know, and sometimes they just need to be snapped out of it a little bit.
When are you overstepping, overreaching at that point? Does it depend on your relationship with that person where you're like, fuck, yes. I'm getting involved?
I think so.
Because I see what's good for you at this point.
I don't get involved really unless if they come to me first. I don't think I'm ever giving like unwarranted advice.
Oh, interesting.
I would like to think.
Yep.
I'm never like, hey, I have a thought and I think you need to know. And it's like about how to fix their life.
Yeah.
More so if they're coming to me, even still then, I'm like still just kind of riding the wave that they're putting out. And then sometimes I'll be like, you want to know what I actually think? And then here it is, you know. But I feel like I'm not doing that much.
Just
for fear of overstepping.
Overstepping. And also, if you think about it, the person who's doing the doing, the only way they're going to learn is by grazing the knee, falling down and taking the lesson.
And they know themselves best. Like what I'm telling you might not be what I'm actually feeling. It might just be what I'm like projecting out to like protect myself. I dare to say that. Yeah. So then what you're perceiving might not be what actually is going on. Therefore, your advice might not be valid.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm like, I can perceive the situation as my friend is telling me in many ways that I want, but it might not be what's actually going on at the end of the day. So who am I to give them advice? Only they know.
Yeah. And I think if people know that you're there, then that's a comfort in itself. It's kind of like, well, I know I can rely on you and I can go to you when I'm ready.
Yeah. And I think that does help with like, if someone's coming to you for advice or opening up about something, then already you know, okay, they trust what I have to say, or they're coming to me for a reason. So then it's almost your duty to give them some advice.
Yeah, at that point.
You know,
Sure.
So I think a lot of that questioning goes out the window once they're already there asking the question. Because then you're like, oh, okay, you trust me. Then I'm going to be honest with you and give you that honesty that I think you're looking for.
Yeah. There's a lot in there to unpack on your own time,
what have
people.
We even just said the best?
I don't know. It sounded good.
It sounded great. Wow.
It sounded great. Who knows what it will sound like coming back. But one last note on that. I thought, and I heard recently, optimism, back to that. And I think this resonates. The optimism is, and you were talking about experiences and you draw from it. You know, it comes from a resilience. So experiences that you've already had. So there's resilience. And then adding into the mix, you're putting in curiosity. So if you take those things and you lean into them, then I think optimism kind of comes out from that, because you're looking at all these experiences and you have the resilience and you know, because of what I've been through before, I can get back up and do it again.
Yeah.
Right? That's your resilience, you know, drawing on the experiences. And then curiosity, what you're doing then is just like, okay, let's get curious with this. Dig a little deeper and find out what I can take from that experience that on the face of it doesn't seem good at all. But where can I go with it? What's the one thing I can take from it and use it to move forward? And then that begets the optimism.
Amazing. Exactly.
Yeah. Put that, Just put a little bow on.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
And vapors, just do what you got to do.
Yeah. Vaporize that.
Yes.
All right.
Woof. Right, my brain's broken.
Yeah, we're done here. Bye, guys. See ya. That's enough for today.
And we still managed to squeeze in a little song.
Oh my God, we can't stop. I'm going to run away for 5 seconds. And
do it.
Get,
do come back, though.
Soda.
Please. I'm not going to hold this down on my own.
I'm going to keep it going. I'm just
Are you coming back with 2 sodas? Sweet.
As you guys know, we love drinking here at Tea and Toasties Pod.
Oh, do we?
And we have found a product that we believe needs to be shared with you all.
We have to share this.
They're called Liqueur. They are hangover gummies. Rich and I have been trying these out for a few weeks now.
Yes.
And gotta say, they work.
This shit works.
The shit works. That's the tagline. Well, most recently, you had a couple nights out before you had a big soccer game.
That's right.
In the morning.
Yeah.
And what happened? You woke up feeling...
I mean, yes, right as rain. I usually...
Amazing.
I can get hangovers, as you know, off of 2 drinks, 3 drinks, and I'm down for days. We tested this. We even went out on a couple of nights together and we drank and drank and drank, just pure testing.
We had to.
We had to just test this product. And I woke up and I was like, whoa, I'm feeling fine. Let's play soccer. And this, I had to get up at like 6 a.m. or something silly.
Yeah. Well, these gummies, they combine
What's in it?
DHM, which is derived from the Havinia dulcis tree and has been used in traditional medicine for centuries. It helps break down the toxic byproduct of alcohol responsible for common hangover symptoms such as headaches, nausea, and fatigue.
Check. I get all those.
Does everything.
Yes.
It's also infused with prickly pear and milk thistle, both known for their liver boosting and antioxidant properties.
Mm-hmm.
Also B vitamins as B6 and B12, electrolytes, and ginger root,
which helps
reduce nausea and aids digestion.
Amazing. Now, where can we find them?
Guys, with our exclusive code TNT. You can get 20% off these gummies at liqueur.com. Code TNT for 20% off your order.
Take them while you're drinking and you'll wake up, and I guarantee you'll be waking up feeling nice, fit and fresh.
Yes, and not only are you helping yourself, you are helping us because with our code, we will also be getting a commission. We're in the big leagues, y'all.
Yep.
That's liquure.com, promo code TNT. Okay. My side is...
We have, what's this, pamplemousse?
It's cranberry? Raz Cran? We should be sponsored by these people.
We really should.
We won't say what the brand is. It's a sparkling fizzy water of sorts.
Well, hang on.
Wow.
Hear the bubbles.
Don't slurp, please.
Oh.
Please.
Ugh.
So good. That first sip is like an exorcism. Is how I feel. I'm like,
what's coming out?
God, my family has this thing about the first sip. Like, it's the best. I'm sure a lot of people think that. I don't know.
Of a beer, of anything?
Anything. Usually a can.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the most carbonation. It's probably not, but it's just that first sip of carbonation.
Yeah.
And it's like the first sip is the best. And my parents all the time, like my dad would crack a soda open at the house. My mom's like, ooh, can I have a sip? And she'd take it. And my dad's like, you're going to take the first sip? You're going to steal the best sip, the first sips. And it was always a thing. Like, and I still think about it to this day. When I take that first sip, I'm like, oh God.
You got it.
Like something about it just hits.
It's all downhill from there.
Sometimes that's all I want is the first sip. And that's what my mom says. The rest is yours. She's like, I just wanted the first sip. You can have the rest.
Does she go around to everyone's can and get the first sip?
No, but I swear she can like sense it. She's like, there's a can about to be opened.
Hold on.
I need to get that first sip. Right.
Yeah.
Are we pivoting to some more pointed, some tarot?
Let's dive in on the actual readings now.
I want to know yours.
Mine first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do mine first? Well, the people have heard most of mine.
No, there's a little extra for yours.
Okay. Should I just play like the end bit we haven't heard?
No, it spits throughout. You might have to go all in on yours, like play the whole thing.
We'll just listen to it and then we'll discuss after.
Yeah, I'm going to make notes.
Okay.
We're going to now read Sabrina's tarot reading from a few months ago, and we'll be back with our findings, what we think.
Okay.
All right. Wow.
We're back with mine.
Yeah, we've made some notes, jotted down some things.
A refresh.
So that lands a little differently.
I was going to say, yeah, nice to listen to now again.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Like, it was my birthday. It's still lined up and made sense then. And it was end of year and it was talking about like 2026 will bring this and that. Again, the hindsight thing of like, the beginning of 2026 is happening, and the shit is she's saying is happening.
The shit is unfolding.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yes, the shit is shitting. Some of the things that she was saying at the time back in your birthday time, November, was kind of like, really? But I don't see that happening, because especially when she was referencing work, which at that time, you felt, that I'm stable, I'm cool here.
But also I was applying it to like pod.
Oh,
which some of the stuff still does make sense.
That definitely makes sense about pod. That's your creative element.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your passion project. But if we're looking at work as in worky work, then you wouldn't have known that what she was saying back then is that maybe prepare for change. Well, it happened. Guess what? Spoiler. So that's weird.
Yeah. Well, like, because she said your she said like your power is like your voice. She's like, you need to write, speak, or teach.
Yes, advocate.
And
absolutely.
I'm like, that's the pod for me.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with that. Like that's kind of crazy. And that's just kind of what I do normally in my day-to-day life. Like we were just talking about, giving advice or doing whatever.
Yeah. And that ties in with, your creative purpose over corporate duty, she said. Mm-hmm. So leaning into that again, pod.
Let me just read through.
See what you got.
So she's got turning chaos into wisdom.
Right.
Which I think that's cool. Like
that's cool.
That is kind of how, like my spiraling brain, but it's like learn from that.
Learn from it, exactly.
And then transformation through truth.
Love that. I'm sure you love that.
Love that. Yep. I'm like, thank God. Mm-hmm. And it says helping others through creative work.
Yep.
I'm entering a new cycle of life. So that also makes sense.
Yep.
Authority. She said your voice gains respect this year. I can't wait for that. Finally, my voice, like the pod. Hello.
Yeah. Which also ties into one of the points at the end, which is you're living your purpose. You're just lacking the recognition right now.
Yeah. Love that. Yeah. And she said, don't suppress vulnerability.
Yes. Which you're not. It's really, well, on pod, you're being super vulnerable.
And I think that's like, keep doing that. Because with my Scorpio traits, it's like, have a hard time being vulnerable. And like what I talked about in the last one, where I was like, if this was a prank, I would have felt so bad. Like, I don't like being vulnerable, really.
Right.
It's hard. It is. I feel it like it is hard for me to do that, like in moment to moment.
And you know what that goes back to?
Nah.
Word of the ep. It's protection.
Yes,
you know, it's that self-preservation. Don't reveal too much of myself because I don't want to get hurt.
And she said, I attract soul level allies, which is so real. That's like all my friendships. I always talk about that.
Deep level connections.
Let's see. Expansion through authenticity.
What about this bit? You kind of just went, You kind of dismissed this.
Which one?
Quite offhand. The bit where she mentioned about travel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was saying like studying abroad and traveling and like that will come. And I'm like, I'm not a very big, I don't really want to do that. That's all really.
I know.
But who knows? Maybe something will happen and where I have to, or that will, who knows? I'm not totally shutting it down. I just don't see myself like traveling anytime soon to that extent.
Right. It's not on your radar specifically. It's like you're quite rooted in this location. In this general location.
Mm-hmm. And then this is when she really started to get so pointed, where she said 2026 starts with starting fresh, especially with work. Yeah. Like that sentence is crazy.
That is crazy.
She says 2026 starts.
Yeah.
Starts, and it literally did.
New
Year's Eve.
Yes.
So New Year's Day, the first day of 2026 started with starting fresh, especially with work. Crazy. Right. And she said the past 2 years have been aligning you to this time. Just like everything that's happened in the past 2 years is leading here. She said my strength will be emotional regulation, which is also very on par. Like I need to like stop crashing out. And that makes sense for me. And that is like what my goal has been. And with my mental health journey, I very much was like, I need to start with this as a good base. Yeah. And that started months ago. Yeah. And then I feel I can go on from there, which only makes sense. Like if my brain is sorted out, everything else will come easier.
And if you're on that path right now that you've already started, you're aware of it. So is that basically saying to regulate those emotions, it's just be more aware of the high highs, low lows kind of thing and try and find some kind of neutral?
I think so. Yeah. Just emotional regulation. And then I loved this when she's talking about the maternal ancestors, because I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm the first woman to choose peace over proving.
Yeah, I jotted that one down.
Which I do love that one. Yeah. And it's like no tea to any of the women in my family, but I do think that is true, where I'm very much like, I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I just need to like be in my own peace. And I'm like removing myself from situations to like be in peace. And I'm like speaking my truth to like be at peace with myself. Like I don't care what other people think in that way. You know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah. But you do that anyway.
I know. But I've had pushback with like, but they're your family with certain people and things. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm choosing me over this other stuff. And it does feel different than maybe some of the women in my past, or, almost all of them besides my mom, they've had, like failed marriages and things like that. And it's like, I'm not trying to prove I don't know, like stick to the status quo.
You're trying to be true to yourself.
True to myself, which is like my peace, my inner peace.
That's where you'll find your peace.
Yeah.
Rather than, not that you don't people please anyway, far from it. You know, maybe you used to back in you know, when you were a kid. Maybe that was one of the things you did to protect yourself. It was like, you know, with your sitting back and taking notes and observing people. Yeah. You know, that kind of like, how can I take in that information to protect and then perhaps bring other people up, and that's how I'll find myself in this group, you know, make myself of value. That could have been a protection thing there, but I think you definitely moved away from that part, but you've still got that self-protection part, but you will say what's on your mind. I
think it's just more like nudging me to, or what is the word I'm looking for? Like confirming that I'm on the right path. Is a lot of what she was saying. Like things that you're doing are good. Keep doing that. Lean into this maybe. And I think that is just another one of them. Like keep doing what you're doing in this way.
Do you think then, in order to find, I think we all want some peace, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like the Holy Grail, when you can just be quite content and peaceful with yourself. So what does that look like? What have we got to do to get there? What's the internal shit that we've got to reconcile to find that?
I don't know. I think all the things that she said, like being authentic and do these things and use your voice and all these things, align yourself in these ways. And I think you'll find that's where you're most at peace, because you're living your authentic self, I think really is what it is.
I think you're right, because look at the word that I wrote down there at the top.
Authenticity.
Because it keeps cropping up.
She kept saying it. Yeah. And just the phrasing of peace over proving.
Yes.
Is like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, don't need to prove anything to anyone or myself even. Just peace. And then I thought it was crazy. She mentioned birds.
Yeah. What she said about the birds.
What the fuck? Where she was like, birds will like guide you. She's like, look to birds. Like, circling and like just something that she said about, I was like, oh, why are we bringing birds? See, now that is kind of scary.
Birds back again.
She's mentioning the birds, and I do especially in the past year, I'm like really observing the birds.
The birds are observing you as well, mate.
And I've never been observing the birds until now.
You're a true beaker.
What is happening? And then I just have a couple more things she said. Like she said, I'm on my destined timeline. Love that. Like I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
And she said I am being drawn to a grounding person. And I'm like, that's very Aaron. Like that is how I would describe him. He's a very grounding. Like I said, we couldn't be more different. And it's in those ways where like he's a morning person and he's very organized and all these traits that I want or that help me, that I need.
There we go. Back to that we talked about earlier.
Yes, he's grounding. And then it said monetary value, like it will come from creativity or something.
Yeah. Creative purpose over corporate duty.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. Which that's always kind of been me too.
Yeah.
With my jobs.
Right.
Never wanting to do the status quo job. I'd rather do something creative. And that's leading more pod for me.
Big time.
So yeah, a quick refresh for some of the things that you guys heard on the birthday app, but that's the whole thing there. But yeah, pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. And like we said, yeah, it's playful, it's fun, but some of it, you look at it and you go, fuck yeah, I'm going to take that from it. And I think with this stuff, it can be a useful prompt, a nudge.
Yes, even if it is just that, like it doesn't hurt to have someone validate what you're doing. Yeah. Or how you're feeling, or just tell you you're on the right path. Yeah. But even if she had said like, you got to change some shit up, I would be like, you're right, I probably do. You know, all things I think I would be like, yes, taking in. But yeah, who doesn't like to hear those kind of things?
There's a lot of positive shit in there.
There is. Yeah. But it just does come down to the weird specific things she said that do kind of, it's kind of spooky.
It's kind of spooky how, especially that whole work thing. I know. Yeah, and it kind of foreshadowed that. And then keep an eye out for those birds. Yeah. See where they crop up in the next year. Yeah, especially that tufted.
Love that guy.
I think we are in danger sometimes of taking some of it and then wanting it to support an existing narrative that we have in our head. But I think as long as you acknowledge and are aware that, you know, it's a guide. There are signposts to a potential path that you could take. It's still up to you. You still have choice.
Yeah.
And if it supports something that you're already thinking of, then I think it's just basically a cheerleader or some encouragement for you to look out for the opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, that could be there.
Exactly. Yeah. It's fun. And it's nice to be like, oh, the future holds like some positivity.
Yes.
That too.
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah. Like, oh, good things are coming.
Yeah.
And then it's back to our big manifestation combo we've had many episodes ago. And then it's like, is this just like a placebo of like, if these are now in my head, then am I making good things happen because I'm expecting the good things to happen? You know, is it all just, which I think all things are true, you know?
I think
it's all
so.
one wrapped up in one big thing.
Yeah.
Mindset.
Yeah. It is. And we do have all the, you know, the supernatural, the mystic, and all of these things that are branches of, I don't know, they're things that we've kind of created, if you like. We can argue back and forth on that a little bit. It's things that help, and religion, lump that in, you did earlier. It's like, it's things that we're using to just help us get through and lead us in a certain way, because the opposite thought of that is that it's a huge unknown. There is no guidance. That could lead to a lot of just fucking chaos.
Yeah.
And that makes us uncomfortable. Nobody likes the unknown, unpredictability. So I think it's all just, it's like a big old fucking comfort blanket.
Yes. And it's like with, you know, right now, and it's like if she's starting with huge change with work, start of 2026, and then being like, but don't worry.
Yeah.
Then that's, because then it's also like right now I have no structure in my life, like you were talking about before pod, and then this kind of brings the structure back. Yeah. With putting timelines on things and putting certain, it's like it's a structure to your life. Yeah. When I don't have one right now. Right. It's like she knew that. She's like, you're gonna lose your job, but don't worry, girl. Yeah.
Don't worry, you got this.
It's very nice. And and it's like instead of being like, oh my God, I'm so down, I'm a loser, it's like, no, keep doing what you're doing. This is fine.
I think lean into the bits that energize you. It's not a bad fucking rule to live by. Is lean in and move towards the shit that gets you energized. Put your efforts into that. Yeah. You know, if shit don't get you going, then there's a reason for that. So exactly. You know.
All right. Move on to you now, buddy. I need to know about yours. I'm very excited.
All right. Mine's all written down, the written word. Will you take it in better if you listen or read it?
Maybe reading it.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
You read.
Okay.
So this is not as long. This is just
This is just your tarot.
This is tarot.
So this is 5 cards I think she pulled for you. Yep. It looks like.
I gave her 5 general, not questions. They were just thoughts or themes that I gave her to work from.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 1, career for this year.
Career. Okay.
8 of Pentacles. This year is built on craft, reputation, and measurable progress. Already out the gates.
Here
craft. Hello. Your craft. And your reputation where you're like crashing out about not being a business owner anymore. Or like, that's been me forever and now how do I pivot? And like, you're just talking about that.
Yeah.
The energy isn't sudden luck. It's the year your work finally speaks for you. 8 of Pentacles shows a steady climb. Refining a skill, becoming known for reliability, and getting better results because you're doing fewer things but doing them well. Okay. You literally said that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to not do as much as I was doing before.
I'm going to get more focused on fewer things and do them well, complete them. That was my intention.
If he's been feeling underseen or undervalued, this card says the correction comes through consistency and proof. Finished projects, repeat clients, stronger feedback, a portfolio of results. Interesting. I mean, you were just talking about how the job, you're like, I'm giving it everything, it's giving me nothing. You're being undervalued, underseen, you feel, by this.
Yeah, this business.
It's also a clear sign that training, certification, or upgrading a specific competency pays off quickly. The best outcomes arrive when he treats the year like a build season, a schedule, a method, and a focus that turns effort into money.
Money, money, money.
Money, money, money.
More like a rebuild season.
Yeah, or if you apply this to pod, we're constantly building this puppy.
Oh, dude, don't worry. I asked about pod down the road.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, that's coming. This is worky work.
Okay. Nothing personal live?
Of course not.
Not exciting.
No, there is a little bit in there.
Okay. Next is
what's up?
Life focus.
Okay, this is personal. Where should my attention be?
The Chariot. The Chariot is direction, discipline, and choosing the lane. It's not about working harder in every direction. It's about refining down to a few key interests, retaining focus, and driving forwards with focus.
Okay, working smarter, not harder. We talked
you
about
need some
that.
Focus.
Yeah. I do need focus. I got a squirrel brain.
I know. You with your millions of sticky notes and you're trying to do everything all at once.
Yes.
Yeah. The Chariot also speaks to movement, either literal travel, commuting changes, or strategic repositioning, new role, new responsibilities, new market.
Okay.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, new role as in non-boss.
And new responsibilities that come with that.
Yeah.
Or a new market. So instead of
reliance on one market, there's some expansion in other areas. I do want to do that, not just be all in Etsy's one little basket.
It's a strong year for process over performance. Enjoy the ride and the side quests that unfold along the way.
Ooh, I like a side quest.
You do. And enjoy them. Enjoy the things that steer you off the path.
Okay,
a little bit, I think is what that's saying.
You know
what I mean? Instead of being like, ah.
Yeah. Don't be so focused on the results, what's at the end.
Process.
Yeah, the process.
Okay. Passion project.
Okay, this is I had pod in mind for this.
Okay. 3 of Pentacles. This year brings steady, meaningful development, rewarding a focused plan. The cards point to a project that grows through care, refinement, and consistency.
Okay.
Moving from a passion idea into something quietly credible.
Okay.
Quietly.
Yeah, nothing quite about it.
Its strength lies in emotional authenticity and warmth.
Okay.
People are drawn to it because it feels sincere, thoughtful, and human. Dare I say, necessary? This is Screaming Pod. This project resonates and it begins to get recognized. Progress may at times feel slower than hoped, prompting moments of reassessment, but this is a long-term build rather than a quick win. And haven't we said that from day one?
Yeah. Well, you did.
Yeah, she's telling, the cards are telling you too.
Yeah. I was all about the fucking results.
And that's what she says, process over performance. The key is patience without disengagement, refining what works, maintaining authenticity, and continuing to show up.
Okay.
By the end of the year, the foundation, I said the year I said was like our foundation.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, the foundation is stronger, clearer, and positioned for lasting growth rather than fleeting attention.
Right.
Okay, they popped off with that one. The cards popped off there.
I like that's encouraging. That is like we're on the right path.
And spot on with some of these words that are being used are things that we've said.
The authenticity again.
Stay authentic, stay consistent. It started as a passion idea to something that becomes credible. People are drawn to it because it feels sincere, thoughtful, human, yada, yada. Like, this is
it.
Spot on. Next, how does he connect this year?
How's he showing up for other people?
The Lovers. This year, he leans into intentional, emotionally aligned relationships that are bonds built on honesty, presence, and mutual respect. That's great.
Okay.
For all connections.
Yes.
And it makes sense for us. It's intentional now instead of like
we want to
see you at work.
Yeah, rather than
now it's like we're still intentionally hanging out.
Yeah.
Emotionally aligned.
Right.
Fewer connections matter more now. Depth replaces quantity. Okay. Period. You know this.
Yeah, but dude, I ain't got that many anyway.
I know. You already know. This is like you're like you're on the right path.
Dude, I got refined further.
Whittle it down.
Yeah.
The emphasis this year is on connection through joy and play. Relationships deepen not by intensity or effort, but by humor, spontaneity, and shared fun.
I love that.
Love that.
Love
That's
that.
very you.
Yes.
He attracts people who compliment his curiosity, his curiosity and sense of adventure, creating bonds that feel lively, energizing, and effortless. That's very you.
That's cool. I like the sound of that. Just relationships that are easy breezy. Ones that are just, we've got this in common, we connect, let's have some fun with it.
And I think it's kind of what you need to hear, because sometimes, like you talked about before, we were like, oh, what are people thinking about me? And when I'm at a party, and I'm saying this and I'm doing that and I feel awkward sometimes. Yeah. And it's like, quit thinking about that. Yeah. The relationships that you should be seeking out and that will work for you are the ones that are just playful, fun, lively, effortless. Yeah. Compliment your curiosity.
Hey, you got some good curiosity there.
Yeah. Or like, I like how you're thinking over here, instead of being like this fucking guy. You know? Okay. Last one. Personal growth.
Oh, personal growth, which is a big thing for me. I do love to do a bit of growing.
It's funny, the card though,
personally.
The hermit.
So I got to do my personal growth alone. Is that what it's saying?
A crab.
The Kermit.
This year invites him to turn inward and focus on deliberate, thoughtful growth. Progress comes through reflection, self-awareness, and refining habits rather than chasing immediate results or external validation. That's very true.
Got to ditch that.
Yes. By examining what truly matters, integrating past lessons, and investing energy in intentional practices, he builds a strong foundation for long-term development. The path may feel quiet at times, but each step deepens understanding, strengthens skills, and aligns him more fully with his values, setting the stage for meaningful, lasting transformation.
What do you think about that?
It makes sense. It's what we've talked about before too, about the squirrel brain and not being like just wanting results, and it's what you've been doing. Like, I mean, the last couple episodes where you're like,
really reflecting on some shit.
Yeah, reflecting on stuff and how you've been doing things in the past. Yeah. And
do you know what though? I think that ties into some of the stuff, the points raised earlier. Cut out a lot of the noise, refine it down, pick a lane.
Yes.
And be focused in there. You know, just have a few things going on. Don't just widespread and just turn up half-assed in each one. And if I can stick to that, and what I found is, like, since the shift from the whole work thing, is I have found more time for personal growth for me, and I'm reading a shitload more. Yeah. You know, that's a very hermit thing. You know, it's a solo activity, bit of reading. That's going to help me in the long run. A lot of this is about sustainability and that looking inwards and spending the time on your personal growth is going to be, in the long game, is going to benefit me. I like that.
Yeah. And it felt as though, like, when we were really in the thick of doing the biz stuff, like, not one step forward, 3 steps back, but more just like a lot of tire spinning almost. Like, there was slow progress, but it was more like a lot of work just to remain kind of stagnant. Yeah. And I think it was because there were like so many things going at one time.
It's overwhelming.
That instead of like making like visible progress, it was like we were just maintaining. And this like sums it all up, this one sentence where it says progress, like actual progress, comes through reflection, which you're doing, self-awareness, and refining habits. Yeah. And rather than chasing immediate results. That was external validation. Yes. That is like what was before. You were like, I need immediate results. We need stats. We need the views up now. We need sales happening now. Or we need the reviews, the external validation. Yeah. And it's like, no. Refine these things. Progress takes time, deliberate, thoughtful growth, like she said.
Trust the process again.
I quite like that.
That's all right.
That's a good one.
I don't mind that. Don't mind that. Wow. Okay. So that's our readings from Madame Ball.
That's her name?
Yeah. First name's Crystal.
Oh, I get what you're saying. My bad. Yeah. Those are fun. I did like that. And then, like, I mean, all the same things we said about mine apply to yours too, about even if it is just like a placebo or a general positive outlook. Yeah. It's still good, but it's still pretty spot on to some things we were already saying and doing, and
exactly,
it's like confirmation.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, it works.
I'll take it. If that's how the brain works, if that's how it functions, and that's a hack, then I'll take it. If it's moving me forward in the right direction, I'm having it.
Yeah. And it's funny how yours, like the main thing was like process and reevaluating how you work and think and stuff. That was like the overarching kind of theme.
Yeah.
And mine was like emotional regulation and being vulnerable. And it's like, they very much did apply to us specifically. Like I would say that is my biggest working
thing to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yours too. But then the things where it's like you're on the right path here also made sense for both of us too. Very interesting.
Kind of spooky that it's tapping into a couple of things I think we know that we need to work on personally.
Yeah.
You know, that we've talked about. I mean, you listen back to the podcast, it's in there. It's littered in there. We've talked about it. It's like, oh, I need to do this more. I need to do that more. We knew it.
Yeah.
This is probably just, supporting that message.
Yeah.
Turns
out she's just listened to the pod from day one.
That's what she was.
She's a fan.
She did some snooping around and found the pod. Binged all 51 episodes.
Hey, I'll take it either way.
New listener.
Oh, well, my brain is kind of dead after that.
Broken.
That was a lot. We really started off very heady this episode and then ended with that.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Good stuff, though.
Good way to start the year.
Yeah, that was what we said was going to be like instead of our bingo card 2025 reflection episode that we binned.
Yeah.
This makes more sense.
Makes more sense. I feel like a proper adult now with actual actionable ways, and I'm excited about.
Wow, he's finally feeling like a proper adult.
I'm not just spitballing how to do this thing called life.
No.
I have more of a direction.
Hey, me too, buddy. Not just flying through through space and time.
No.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening this past year. We will be here this year and for hopefully many more years to come every week in your ear holes.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Oh, here's a promise. I'm going to pitch this. One, you won't know when, but it's coming soon.
Oh,
it'll be a surprise. I'm going to do the outro.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
One day he will.
I'll be ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
He'll steal it right out from underneath me.
You won't know when, but it's coming.
Right now?
No, it's not. It's not now.
All right.
Definitely not now.
It's me. You should practice. Ready? Here we go. Take in what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can follow us over on Instagram at Tea and Toasties Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube at Tea and Toasties. Review this podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and we will talk at you next week. And TTFN. Bye, guys.
Laters.